What is going on, guys? How are we today? Today we're sort of out and about doing stuff, so I thought I'd stop on in at one of my little favorite spots. I have a lot of favorite spots, but look at this. Can you guys see that out the window? You guys probably can't. Let's have a look. Oh, there's an ocean out there. There's an ocean out there. It looks really, really sick. But we've gone ahead and set up a question form if you guys want to send some questions through. They're over at dibbsGG/ask. And this question for today's vlog has come from man himself, Mr. Stelly Wolf. If you guys haven't gone over to Stelly Wolf's channel, go check him out. His details will be showing up down here below. But he asks us today, what is your favorite game of all time? Personally, mine is Kingdom Hearts. Stelly Wolf, thank you so much, man. My favorite games of all time, it's a list. It's not so much to say, like, it's a slam dunk if I go in and say, like, hey, look, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or if I go and say something like Battlefield 2142 is one of my favorite games of all time, because it is. I sort of look at it as it's not so much a particular one favorite game of all time. There's a bit of a list that's going on. So one of the ones that are off the top of my head that definitely ring very clear to me. Obviously, Battlefield 2142, played that game. Everyone dismissed it when it first came out as just a simple, oh, they could have done this if they went ahead and added in an expansion pack for Battlefield 2, which essentially what it was. It was in the same engine, but I love that game. It's absolute death. I wish they brought out Battlefield 2143 or 3143 or 3142. That'd be fantastic. Battlefield 2 obviously fits in that echelon as well. That game chewed up many hours of my time. A couple of other games on that list, obviously, is Counter-Strike Global Offensive in more recent years, simply because you don't get pure skill-based gameplay as crazy as it is in Battlefield in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Sorry guys, got Battlefield on the brain today. Other games on that list are the SOCOM series. So if you guys haven't checked out or you've never heard of SOCOM on the PlayStation 2, that was essentially my first major foray into an online gaming community. In Australia, we maxed out. The most it got up to, I'd say, was probably about 1,000 people, and then it sort of dwindled down as the months and stuff rolled on past. I think at its smallest point, before I jumped off, it was about 150 people that left, but we all knew each other. It was amazing. So we all stuck together from SOCOM 1 to SOCOM 2. SOCOM 3 came out, and we were sort of a little bit iffy on it, but it was fine. But yeah, then we transferred over to Battlefield 2. World of Warcraft is definitely one. I know a lot of you guys are like, wow, World of Warcraft. Yes, I spent 10 years playing World of Warcraft. That game is freaking sick. It sets so many precedences for anything that's an MMO. It basically redefined the genre. Before then, obviously, we only had EverQuest. We had Ultima Online as well. Those games were sick, but World of Warcraft took it, flipped it into its own flavor, and was absolutely amazing. Games that are my favorite of all time. Definitely anything by Supergiant Games. So I'm talking about Transistor. I'm talking about Bastion. These games are freaking sick. I cannot wait for their new game, Pyre, just to see what they've got coming out. Anything by those guys, you know it's going to be rock solid. Also, there's games like Limbo. Inside sort of semi-fits that category. Sort of, semi, does a little bit. But not so much. It didn't impact me as hard as Limbo did, especially with its weird overtones and that sort of story that really left you sort of making your whatever you wanted of it. Another really cool game that I thoroughly enjoy, obviously The Last of Us was amazing. So you can kind of get a bit of an overview in regards to like some of my favorite games of all time. Obviously that list is constantly changing. The new Doom is sick. That's really close to making that list. If not, it is on that list. But yeah, I really can't nail it down and say like this one particular game is my favorite game of all time. And the simple reason is you're not going to get an experience like The Last of Us in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. You're not going to get the experience of, say, Battlefield 2142 inside of Limbo, and vice versa. It just doesn't work that way. Obviously, the different games, they're for different reasons. So there's not particularly one favorite game that I have of all time. It's more of a list, and it's basically based on the time of my life when I was playing that game, what I was experiencing, what that game spoke to me, you know, what it was telling me when I was playing it, the emotions that I felt when I was playing it. Obviously, you know, a lot of the shooter stuff was very, you know, competitive based and, you know, that sort of stuff. And then there's stuff with storyline based in it. Journey is definitely one of my favorite games of all time. It's an hour-long experience, and honestly, I wished it literally feels like, you know, it feels like a blink. It's a blink of an eye. But it's one of those stories that stick with you for a very, very, very long time. And yeah, it's one of those things that you definitely need to go experience. They've re-released that on the PlayStation 4 as a part of a pack that they've got there. But they're a ton. They're an absolute ton. And as we go through and we start picking them out, I will add them to the list if I do like gameplay. Red Dead Redemption, one of my favorite games that I'm covering at the moment. Simply because, hey, look, everyone thought that Rockstar couldn't pull off a Western. They did. They pulled it off. And the blueprints for the multiplayer is what we see today inside of GTA 5. So yeah, guys, thank you so much, Stellar Wolf, for the question. If you guys want to submit some more questions to us, head over to dibbsGG/ask. Put them in there, and we're going to go through there. We're going to pull out a whole bunch. We're going to do like one mega video and try and answer as many questions as we possibly can once we get enough of those guys going. But just until next time, guys, stay cheesy, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Enjoy the view. I don't know if you guys will see this, but yeah, let's do it. See you soon. Bye. What's he trying to do? He's trying to toy with me right now? You can't get me because I'm so close. You can't get me. A for effort. He's gonna wait me out. Totally gonna wait me out. Totally wait me out.